Dr. Saia Piukala is in Manila to begin the role of WHO Regional Director for the Western Pacific. It's a big deal considering Dr. Piukala becomes the first Pacific Islander to hold this position. Dr. Piukala's roadmap for his first 100 days in office includes plans to visit many of the 37 countries and areas in the Western Pacific region, engage with governments and other stakeholders, listen and discuss critical issues that impact health, and explore areas for increased collaboration. Alicia Foon spoke with Pacific Health leader Sir Colin Tukuitonga, who was in transit on his way to Manila to advise and support Dr. Piukala during his first week on the job.
It's one of 6 regional directors for the World Health Organization globally, and this is the first time we have a person from the Pacific as regional director. So it's a significant milestone. Obviously, we expect him and we will assist him to make the changes that hopefully will benefit small island communities, because I don't think they've had the best support from the World Health Organization because they're such small populations.
What are some of the key changes he will be advocating for?
Well, we talked about this the other day. I think it's important that he strengthens the presence of WHO in the region through officers and more staff, for example, particularly in the north and the Federated States of Micronesia, Marshall Islands, Palau. Even in the south, there's a regional, sub-regional office based in Suva servicing the small islands, but there's so much more that needs to be done. I think WHO should recruit more staff from the Pacific Islands to work for the organization. We have pretty much, or virtually no one, except maybe one person from the Pacific. So, issues like that for the organization, plus focusing on the issues that are important to the region. For example, health impacts of climate change, obesity and diabetes, mums giving birth as safely as possible. We have very high rates of maternal mortality in Papua New Guinea. Issues that are particularly prominent in the region.
Will WHO be tackling the influence of large corporations like Coca-Cola, big brands that might try to influence smaller island nations by hosting sports competitions and school programs and that sort of thing? Will there be any emphasis around the subtle influences of fast food and sugary brands?
Yeah, there already is. WHO has been working to try to moderate the influence of big food and soft drink companies and tobacco. They've been doing that for years. There's an office in Geneva on tackling what are called commercial determinants of health, alcohol, tobacco, food, and it's clearly a relevant issue for the region. So we're having a meeting with the transition people that Dr. Piukala has selected from some of the member states to talk about what are those priorities, and I expect we will have something to say about alcohol, tobacco, and big food.
What advice have you given him?
Just generally supporting him through the campaign and the election process, helping him communicate his vision and expectations, advising him on what would be important to member states, priorities for health, staff concerns. The Western Pacific Regional Office in Manila has not had a happy time, so staff are clearly not in a good place, and he needs to try to work on that to improve the workforce issues, doctors and nurses and health workers that are needed in the region. The problem, of course, is these are not new things. We've spoken about these before. The issue will be how he makes his mark on these chronic health challenges in the region.